I was out here, I just laid down for a little bit and I got up to check things. Something in the basket in the corner caught my eye, so I thought it was probably a leaf, but I went around to check anyways. Actually, I think it's a gift. And I'm thinking it was here just, they brought it while I was sleeping because I think I would have noticed it sooner. But it's some little acorns again and one of those flat marble things. So pretty cool. I'm going to get them out and then I'm going to tell them thank you. I also just noticed some fingerprints on the back window of the car, and it looks like another partial palm print right here. I don't know if you can see it. There, I opened the door. So they must have came in the garage too. Okay, I got some light on this palm so we can now see it well. And I tell you, it looks like, to me it looks like this is where the finger like sections off and maybe was curled a little bit right there. I'll have to look closer at it, but is that not sweet? Okay, I just noticed the stuff knocked off from here. It was up there. Was it like that earlier?
No.
So you think they did that?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
Guess it's possible. They also could have done this a little bit ago when I was busy inside and Jim was outside mowing. Okay, I came back out to retake some pictures and I was looking at the other side of the car. There is a whole arm with a hand on the end of it. I'm actually afraid to leave this overnight because it is so hot. It's already melting. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. Is that crazy or what? Okay, since I've been editing the pictures that I took, I've made some discoveries. And I think I need to go back and show where I think everything is. This one that I thought was, this is the first one I found that I thought was probably a palm, I believe is the bottom of a foot. Okay, I've been editing these pictures now. And this, what I thought was a palm print, I now think is arm. An arm that's bent. The top part that looks bigger would be the bicep area, and right here where the light is shining, that would be the elbow, and the forearm then comes forward. And you'll be able to see it better in the pictures why I think this, but I'm just so blown away. I'm speechless. So this down here, um, this one, still don't know what that is for sure. And then on the other side of the car is this beautiful forearm with the hand. It just seems to me like the bigger one was carrying a smaller one, and it was kind of like all over the car, leaning, and playing and stuff. I'm so excited. Wow. Okay, I want to show you what I'm seeing whenever I look at these prints. And then after I go through this at the end of the video, I'll show you the really good photographs that I took with all the detail. But just to explain things in a little bit more detail, this is looking at the car from the outside, just as I found the print. And this is the elbow area, and this is the whole forearm with the hand. Now the detail, whenever you get in here, go a little less, is amazing. This to me looks like hair coming down. It even shows a callus, and there's better pictures of that later on. But yeah, these little dots I think are maybe hair follicles. I'm not sure. I'm no or print expert, so, and also I've never seen a Bigfoot arm in person, but to me this is almost like looking at one of their arms because it's so detailed. This callus shows up really good here, and it's right where you would think it would be on an elbow. Then you get all this detail. You can even see skin on the elbow. Tongue-tied. Okay, and it's just like looking at an arm to me. Just looked at that one. Okay, and then this is through looking at it in reverse. I was like inside the car looking out. So just wanted to show you what I'm seeing, and like, you can see muscle tone. And I believe up in here, you can see the dermal ridges on the hand, and this is either hair or it's where it moved its hand. But to me, it looks like hair. Okay, so I did some research and I looked up some examples of ape arms, chimp and gorilla is what I found, and the similarities are pretty striking, especially the infants. And this was the one that I found on the car, I believe, is a very small one, most likely an infant. But look at the arm structure, how similar. And here you see creases at the elbow area, or it's near it anyways, and muscle tone. Okay. Now this ape arm, which I think that's a baby gorilla, just look at how similar these two look. And down here at the elbow and here, let's see if I can make these bigger. Make them a little bigger. The detail on the arm, see where the hair comes down? I think that's hair coming down here too. And just the shape overall is striking. This is the same ape picture, and this is in reverse on the car window. Let's see. It's just like, look here, right in this area. See that shadow? It's just so similar. It's like, wow, I can't believe how similar it is. Pair I wanted to show you. And this is the ape arm, and this is the Bigfoot arm on my window. And whenever you're looking at these comparisons, you got to remember that a Bigfoot is not a gorilla or a chimp. And it's also not a human. So it will have similarities, but it's not going to be exactly like either one. And whenever I went to look for comparisons for the footprint, chimp and gorilla didn't really look like it. I had to go to human to get something that looked more similar. Which makes sense because that's why their footprints look human-like, except bigger and a little bit different. They don't really look like a gorilla or a chimp because of that, the shape of their foot is completely different. But yeah, this is striking to me how similar the shape of this is. Next set, I wanted to show you, see the creases here and the creases here, and the like, if you would imagine hair follicles, you know, can't really see them on the ape, the gorilla, or whatever it is, but, and then up in here, how similar it looks too, with the elbow position. Okay, this is the same pair. I just made the sizes more similar and a little bigger to show this detail. These lines, which I think are probably creases, like on the ape, or I think it's a gorilla. Set blows my mind. This is the elbow and arm on I believe a gorilla, a baby gorilla. And I'm just going to call it an ape because I can't remember which one's which. But the detail on this is so similar to this, like everything down to this callus on the elbow, the little bumps, which I think are hair follicles, and the shape. Okay. So you can see the callus here on the ape and the callus on the Bigfoot elbow. And you can also see the little bumps, hair follicles. And the shadow is in the same spots. That shows the muscle. This particular individual doesn't seem to have a lot of hair, but I do see some right here. So it's, I mean, these photos are not in the same exact position, but yeah, this is very striking. Well, I couldn't believe that after I figured out this was a callus on the Bigfoot, and then I found these calluses, I was like, yep. I want to point out this skin pattern right here, this like checkerboard looking, is the same as over here on the elbow. See if I can make it bigger. Hold on. You can see it here and here. The two bent arms that I found on the car. This one was on the window on the driver's side door, and this one was on the driver's side of the car, but back behind the passenger door. This one shows some of the bicep, the elbow, and the forearm, and it's bent right here. This is part of the bicep area, and it's bent, and this is the forearm. This is the elbow. Okay, I'll make these, whoops, that's too big. I just wanted to show you the similarities. Of course, the arm is bent. This is the elbow. I mean, the angle is really close. The lines. And of course, where the arm goes up here. Here under the bent arms is this ape. I wanted to point out how, see, their skin looks more leathery and like the lines show up more, which when I saw this, I immediately, that's what I thought of, an ape's arm. And look how similar that they are. Okay, in this comparison, you need to imagine the forearm being bent up more. But see how the angle of these lines of the skin are, the folds, and also see the dots, hair follicles. As you come up on this arm, I see a line here, and there's more lines. So let's move on to the next one. Comparison, because the arm is it's the same side of the body, so it shows the lines really good here. And of course, you're gonna have to imagine this arm bent up again. So, I mean, the muscles, the hair, everything matches closely. Showing the one on the white part of the car, not the window. And also, I just wanted to show you the fold at the elbow, the lines that compare, and also well, just the detail. Comparison for that one that shows the arm coming up like this. This area right here especially matches this area. If I enlarge the pictures, it's easier to see that right here and here. This area. Foot. This is what I see. This is only part of the foot. This to me is the big toe area, and it's bent over. And and all of the foot baby, like infant prints or foot photographs of human babies, they're a lot, like most of the time, their toes are curled over like that. I believe this is like the inner part of the foot, of course, which would go with the big toe. This is the heel, and this is the bottom. And to me, this area looks very different than what I was expecting. For one thing, what are these? They're almost identical. They're on each side. And the wrinkle pattern, whatever you would call this, these lines, humans don't have those. And as far as I know, I've never seen a footprint detailed. I know there are casts that have been made, but I don't recall ever seeing the bottom of a Bigfoot foot print. So this is a first for me. Let's look at some of the detail. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Too big, hold on. These circles I was talking about that I don't know what they are. I've never seen them anywhere else, like on a human foot. But it looks like there's 2 little dots here, 2 dots inside of it. They're shaped almost exactly the same and evenly like positioned on the foot. Okay, this, like I said, would be going up into the ankle area. All right, let's move on to the next set. Okay, now this is a human 3D cast from a human baby, infant. What I wanted to point out here is, you see how this toe is bent over? And the lines. See, there's 3 lines on the baby. There's 3 lines on the baby Bigfoot. And this is also kind of the same position that I think this is in, right here. But notice how much flatter the bottom of the foot is on the Bigfoot print. Next comparison, I also wanted to show the lines and the bent over toe. Position on the human baby. I'm pretty sure that it's pretty much the same here. The only thing I don't understand is this little divot that almost looks like our hands, which whenever I first looked at this print, I thought it was a palm, which made sense that that little indent would be there, but maybe Bigfoots have a little indent there. So, I mean, their foot is not made exactly like a human, so there are going to be differences. But just notice the lines match for where the area would be, and this is really interesting to me. The texture right in here, especially this stuff. And let's see if this one, hang on. Similarities, but differences. It's also to show the bent over toe and the lines. And the difference between the Bigfoot print, which has lines coming this way, and this way, they're kind of, I don't know, they're just different. It's just a whole different shaped foot, especially up in this area. I think it's especially good for showing the bent toe and the lines. Now we'll move on to the print that I don't know what it is for sure, but I think it's shoulder. Now notice this is the Bigfoot print, this is the ape arm. Notice the hair flow goes towards its back, which it does here too. And here is bare skin with no hair, and there are places on the ape that would have bare hair too. I mean bare skin. And notice the skin pattern is similar to this. And I don't know, this just looks like a shoulder to me, like the top, very top of the arm. Photo showing the sparse hair flowing back and areas where the skin would peek through. There's some picture of that hair flow going towards the back, skin showing through. So that pretty much wraps up my explanation of what I'm seeing. Now let's move on to the photographs. Okay, that's Jim's arm next to it to show size. Okay.